Hey, what's going on guys? Tanmay here. Welcome back to my channel Simple Snippets, and let's begin with our very first competitive programming problem for absolute beginners, which is the watermelon problem. Now if you're new on this channel, my name is Tanmay Sakpal. I make computer science and technology oriented videos. We have 600 plus video tutorials as of today and more keep on adding on this channel. So if you haven't subscribed already, you're missing out a lot, so definitely subscribe. And with that being said, let's continue with today's topic. Now this is the second video in this playlist of competitive programming for absolute beginners, where we take a look at the very famous beginner level competitive programming problems. We're gonna probably have around 50 plus videos in this whole playlist itself. We already took an introductory video. If you've missed that, do check it out. We talk about what we cover in this playlist, what is going to be our approach, etc, etc. This is probably the second one where we take on an actual problem, which is the watermelon problem. Alright, with that intro, let's first understand what this problem is. So we'll first take a look at the question, we'll understand the problem statement, we'll see the inputs, outputs, example, we'll also see the algorithm, and by the end of this tutorial we will also jump to our coding side of things where we write the actual practical program. So please make sure you watch this video till the very end in one single go for the best understanding. Alright, so what is the question? So here's the problem statement. So these competitive programming problems generally come with a huge problem statement, which generally is put in such a way that it kind of confuses the audience, confuses the beginners, confuses the programmers. But if you break it down, it is very simple, and that is the first step. You have to break down this entire problem into simple, understandable or meaningful parts. That is what we're going to do. So the question: two friends, Pete and Billy, bought a watermelon weighing W kilos, okay? And now they want to divide the watermelon into two parts. But the two parts are such that each of the two parts weigh an even number of kilos. Okay, so this is an important point. That's why I've kind of added a color to it. And also note this, that the parts do not need to be equal in weight. Okay, so we have two people. Okay, so this is Pete and this is Billy. We have a watermelon. Don't mind my drawing. I really was very bad in arts. But here's a watermelon, and now what Pete and Billy want to do is they want to divide this watermelon into two parts, but they're not really worried about the two parts being equal. They're okay if they're not equal, okay? So they're like, okay, if this watermelon was 5 kilos, okay, and if they just randomly divide it into two parts, Pete was okay if he got 2 kilos, whereas Billy is okay if he got 3, or vice versa. So just understand that they're going to divide it into two parts, but the condition here is that when they divide these two parts, both of these parts have to be even number. Okay. So currently if you divide 5 kilos into two parts in this way, in 2 and 3, Pete has got a even number. This is even. However, Billy has got 3 kilos and 3 is not even, right? This is not even. Correct? So this does not meet our condition. This is what I'm trying to explain. So this is what this yellow line is telling us in plain English form, that they want to divide the watermelon into two parts such that each of the two parts weigh a even number of kilos. Okay? It doesn't matter if they're divided unequally, but both of them should be even numbers. For example, let me just give you another example. Let's just say this watermelon was weighing 6 kilos and they divided into 2 kilo and 4 kilo. Okay, so Pete is a little bit unhappy that he got the smaller part, but both of them have got two parts which are even, right? This is also even, 2 kilos is also even, and the number 4 is also even. So both these conditions are met appropriately. So this is what we want. Okay, this is the problem statement. Now this is just plain English problem statement. How do you write an algorithm, or how do you actually convert this whole problem statement into actual working code, right? So what is the input? What is going to be the output? Can we have an example? Let's see that. So here's an example. So a single integer W will be representing the total weight of the watermelon. So this could be our input variable, right? When you're speaking in terms of programming, this could be our input variable. The constraint is that the watermelon weighs greater than 1 kilo and less than 100 kilos. So this is the constraint, 1 less than W less than 100. This simply means that the range of the weight of the watermelon is between 1 and 100. Have you ever heard of a watermelon being 100 kilos? Well, that's a hypothetical situation, but that is going to be a big ass watermelon if it actually existed. But anyways, let's take this condition. It could also be 50, okay, or it could also be 10. For the sake of this problem, we are taking a hypothetical situation that the weight of the watermelon is between 1 and 100, alright? That's the constraint. So what do you want as the output? So input is going to be a single integer. So we will take input as the weight W, and it could be any number from 2 to 99, right? Between 1 and 100, right? So 1 is not included and 100 is also not included. It has to be somewhere between 2 or 99. That is going to be inputted as the weight. And the output that we want is, it should print yes if the watermelon can be divided into 2 parts, each with even weights. Otherwise, it should have no. So it's a simple if else, but what is the condition inside it? Right? So example, if you input 8, the output is yes, because 8 can be split into 4 and 4. Both of them are even. It can also be divided into 2 and 6 or 6 and 2. All are even, right? But if you input 5, you cannot divide it into 2 even numbers, right? So the output is no, because an odd number cannot be split into 2 even numbers. Makes sense? Basic mathematics, right? So I cannot divide 5 into 2 parts and expect both of them to be even. So I can say 5 can be divided into 4 and 1, but 4 is even, but the other part is odd. Maybe I divide 5 into 2 and 3. Even here, this is even, but this is odd. So I can never divide an odd number into 2 parts and expect both of them to be even. That is one of the biggest important condition that we need to know, right? So that can be used when we are actually writing the code. However, there is still one more edge case. What is an edge case? Edge case is a unique situation which does not follow this standard rule, right? So basically what we are saying is, if we get an even number, we can always divide it into 2 even parts, right? For example, let's say the number is 4. We can always split it into 2 and 2, which is 2 even numbers or 2 even parts. Let's say it is 6. 6 can be divided as 2 and 4 or 4 and 2, right? Let's say it is 8. 8, we just saw an example. We can divide it into 4 and 4 or 2 and 6. Let's say it is 10. 10 can be divided into 6 and 4 or 4 and 6. So all the even numbers can be divided into 2 parts, and both of the 2 parts can also be even. That is something that we have concluded. So what is this edge case, right? So this is where there is a small twist. So even though this is a very simple problem, it also has a unique case. It has an anomaly or an edge case. Edge cases are unique cases. For example, what about the number 2? 2 is also an even number, but can you divide 2 into 2 even parts? What are the 2 possible parts that you can divide 2 kilos into? You can divide 2 kilos into 1 kg and 1 kg, right? So this is a unique case. Even though 2 is an even number, you are not able to split it into 2 parts and expect both of them to be even. So this is where many beginners think that this is a very simple problem. All you have to do is check for even or odd number. If it is an even number, you will simply declare that you can easily divide it and you will print yes. And if it's an odd number, you will print no. But there is this one single edge case that when the weight of the watermelon is 2 kgs, right? When the weight, or when you could say when the W value is equal to 2 kgs, even though it is an even number, you cannot divide it into 2 parts with an even weight. So you have to print no. So that is the edge case. Alright. Okay. Enough of theoretical understanding of this problem. That is the watermelon problem. It's called watermelon problem. You could call it mango problem. You could call it coconut problem, or whatever problem which can divide a thing into 2 parts. Generally, it is referred as watermelon problem. It's there on many competitive programming websites. If you see the Codeforces, it's the 4A problem. I'll drop the link in the video description. This name doesn't matter. It is just something that is used over and over again, and that's what the name of the problem has become as a de facto thing. But now that you've understood the question, the problem statement, the input, the output that is expected, and couple of examples, and also the edge case, let's now see the algorithm, how it would look. It's gonna be very basic, but it has that extra edge case. Alright, so here are the algorithm steps. Step 1, you take the input as the weight W. So when you are writing the code, obviously you will declare an integer variable saying weight or W. okay, and you take it as the input from the user. And it's a simple if-else control statement, whatever programming language you're using. If you're using Java, C++, C#, JavaScript, etc., many of the general purpose programming languages have this control statements, the if-else statements. So first you say if the weight that you've entered mod 2 is equal to 0. So this is how you check for even or odd number, right? So you take the weight, let's say it is 2. 2 mod 2 is gonna give you 0. Any even number, when you take a modulo operation, it's basic mathematics by the way. So any even number, it is 2, 4, 6, etc., between the range that we want. If you take a modulo operation with 2, it will always give you 0. And that would mean that it is an even number. Okay, so we want even numbers because we know that even numbers can be split into 2 parts and both of the parts can be even again, right? So that's our first condition. But remember, we had that edge case where if you enter 2, which is also even number, so this will actually be true, but 2 kilos cannot be split into 2 parts which are also even, right? So this is where you have an AND operation in between, and we also check for that edge case. You say that W has to be greater than 2, okay? So when, let's say if the user enters 2, okay, let's say the weight for the first time, user enters 2. So you will say 2 mod 2, which is equal to 0. So this is going to be true. But is this condition true? Is 2 greater than 2? No. So this condition is going to be false. So you will not execute the if block. What is inside the if block? Inside the if block, we simply print yes. So this whole statement will not be executed when you enter 2. You will simply print no. Because 2, that is 2 kilos, cannot be divided into 2 parts, 2 whole parts basically in our use case particularly that we are speaking. And both of those parts cannot be even, right? Let's enter something else. Let's say the weight is going to be 4. So what happens when you enter the weight equal to 4? You say 4 mod 2. Of course, it is going to be equal to 0. Modulo operation of on even number when you take mod 2 will always give you 0. So this is true. And is this weight, that is 4 greater than 2? Yes. So when both of these conditions are true and we have an AND operator in between, only then the if block will be executed. So AND operation works, or AND operation is always true only when all the conditions that are compounded in that operation have to be true. Okay, if you use OR, then that would be a mistake. So even if one condition is true, OR will be true. So that's why we're using AND, because we want both of these conditions to be satisfied, and that's why we use AND. And since both of them are satisfied with this number 4, you print yes, right? Let's say you have an odd number. Let's say you enter 3, the weight as 3 kilos. In that case, 3 mod 2 is going to give you 1, right? When you take a modulo operation with 2 on an odd number, you will always end up with 1. And is 1 equal to 0? No. So this first statement itself becomes false. There's no point in checking the second statement, because for the AND operation, both of them have to be true. And since this is false, obviously the AND ultimately is going to be false only. So you'll not execute this whole if block. You will go into the else part and you'll print no. So this, my friends, is a small the small algorithm steps for the watermelon problem. And now that you've got a basic understanding of the whole problem as well as the algorithm, let's jump to our coding interface and write a C++ code to execute this watermelon problem and see the coding in action. Alright, so as you can see on the screen, I have already written a little bit of boilerplate in C++ programming. You can use any other general purpose programming language that you are comfortable with. The algorithm is going to be the same. So over here, we have printed the watermelon problem. That is what you see on the output end. And let's create an integer variable and name it W equals to 0. So this is nothing but the weight of the watermelon in kgs. Okay. Now let's ask the user to enter the weight of the watermelon in kgs. Okay. Let's take the weight from the user by saying cin. Okay. So that's simple step number 1 in our algorithm, taking the input from the user. And now is where we actually check for the conditions. So we say if w mod 2 equals to 0 and w greater than 2, only in this case you print yes, and in the else part you say no. Okay. So in our algorithm you must have seen that I wrote the actual letter AND, but the AND operator in C++ is this symbol. Okay. Now it varies from programming languages to languages. That is the syntax. However, the logic obviously is going to be the same. Let's see if things work over here. Let's try to run this. Hopefully we will not get any errors. Alright, you can see we've got our output. Let's enter the weight of the watermelon in kgs. Let's enter a regular 6 kilos. We should get yes. And there you go, we got our yes as output. Let's enter an odd number. We should get no. Let's enter 7. There you go, we got no. And now let's enter our edge case, which is 2. So even though 2 is an even number, we should still get no, because 2, as we already discussed, cannot be split into 2 parts and both of them being even, especially if they are whole numbers. We are not talking about decimal point numbers. You can divide 2 into 1.4 and 0.6 like that. Both of them probably gonna be even, but we are talking about whole numbers over here, not decimal point numbers, right? So let's hit enter, and there you go, we got our edge case as no, which is correct, which means our watermelon problem is solved. We've understood the whole problem. We went through the problem statement. We saw the conditions, constraints, the algorithm, and finally we wrote a C++ program. Now the same thing obviously you can do in any other general purpose programming language once you understand the logic behind it. Alright, so I'm gonna wrap up this video over here. This was the very first competitive programming problem in this whole competitive programming tutorials for absolute beginners series. As we proceed, the level of complexity of these problems will slightly increase, but they are still going to be very beginner friendly so that you can grasp them and take your coding skill to the next level. Alright, so I'm going to wrap up this video over here. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, turn on the notifications. Many more videos are coming up in this whole playlist itself. Do share this video with your friends, especially if you are IT and computer science students, and if you're in your final years, you want to improve your coding skills, your programming skills. For your technical rounds, this is gonna be a very important playlist for you. Also do check out the DSA playlist, which is one of the most famous one on this channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.